Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ.
Next on HIKI NŌ, stories from across the island chain. A teacher turns a typically unpopular subject into one of the coolest classes in school. So what's the secret? A Maui teen is barreling into surf videography thanks to the growing power of social media. A little-known sport in Hawaii is planning to stick around on the Big Island. Bicycles are setting the wheels in motion for a growing campus trend. Young musicians explain why being in a rock band isn't just about playing around. And a student who previously shared her story of being homeless returns with a life-changing update. All this and more coming to you from Kaiser High School in East Oahu, home of the Cougars. That's next on the nation's first statewide student news network, HIKI NŌ.
Can do!
Aloha and welcome to Henry J. Kaiser High School. Located just outside the famous Cocoa Crater in East Oahu, we have over 1,100 students and 60 faculty members. Kaiser was founded in 1971 and named after the famous industrialist and founder of Hawaii Kai, Henry J. Kaiser. Back then, there was talk of making the mascot a panther and the school colors pink and black. However, after much discussion, Kaiser High School chose the colors we are now familiar with, blue and gold, as well as a mascot we now take pride in, the cougar. Our first story comes from Moanalua High School in the Salt Lake District of Oahu, where a history teacher known for his modern methods draws inspiration from the ancient art of hula.
It's going to take time to be dedicated, so be patient, please. But
when it comes to history class, Moanalua High School teacher Mr. Cris Pasquil doesn't do things by the book. There are barely any reports or exams. In fact, students rarely sit at their desks.
We're so used to the traditional way of like, let me display my learning on that. Here's a paper and here's a test. You have an hour to do it. I'm giving these standards or these topics that students need to know about and learn, but every class has a personality. And so what I do is I have to figure out how am I going to be able to teach this content to a student.
Mr. Pasquil often uses performance and art to encourage students to learn in their own way.
Singing it. Rapping it, acting it out, whatever, drawing it, whatever it may look like, it's the same thing if they're displaying their learning through different venues.
To keep creativity flowing in his classroom, Mr. Pasquil draws inspiration from another art form, hula. For more than 9 years, he's been training at Halau na Kamale Ulelehua under Hawaiian music legend Mr. Robert Cazimero. Here in the studio, the teacher becomes the student.
If you profess for in this case, our hula to be a living art, then it must incorporate everything that's happening now and what was and eventually will be. It's the journey that really helps you, and you change according to what's happening around you.
Making a return after 10 years, Mr. Pasquil and his halau were able to compete in hula's most prestigious competition, the Merrie Monarch Festival. Winning first place overall only increased his love of the festival and hula itself.
The overall winner of the 2015 Merrie Monarch Festival.
And I don't know how to explain it. It's just here. So how do I say it in one word or a sentence? It's everything. Merrie Monarch was Maiki Ayu Lake, who's my kumu's kumu. It's everything that has been passed down from generation to generation so that tradition is maintained.
Reaching a major milestone with his halau has motivated Mr. Pasquil to ignite that same passion in the classroom, passing his own knowledge to the next generation.
So how it inspires my teaching? Everything. Merrie Monarch helped me become a better person. When I step into my classroom, it inspires me to be a better teacher. For me and my students, all I want them to do is have a great life, to have an experience in my classroom, to learn history that they're going to feel it instead of just memorize it. To know what it was like to live in a specific history of time period versus memorizing a date.
Mr. Pasquil's class is different because he incorporates performance and speaking your true voice and like not letting others influence you. Refreshing, like you don't just come to read from the textbook, you come to perform, you come to draw, you come to write an essay, you come to make a PowerPoint.
All right. Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
That is my way of continuing the legacy, right? So every time that I teach, and an approach to it is from my inspiration from hula and people that have inspired me.
Mr. Pasquil's history class may be just one of the many in his students' lives. However, through the gift of song and dance, they're able to cherish and even share his lessons for years to come. This is Adara Pineda from Moanalua High School for HIKI NŌ.
We're back in East Oahu at Kaiser High School in front of our 9/11 memorial. This kukui nut tree that I'm standing in front of was planted in honor of alumni Miley Rachel Hale. Miley was a valedictorian of the 1993 graduating class. On the fateful day of September 11th, Miley was working at the World Trade Center in New York City. She, along with nearly 3,000 other people, lost their lives that day. Upon learning of her passing, students rallied together and planted a young kukui nut tree in remembrance of Miley's life and accomplishments. A small boulder from Hanauma Bay, one of her favorite places, was also placed at this memorial. Next, we head west to Central Oahu's Waipahu High School to check in with a familiar face. A former student who used to be homeless now finds herself in very different surroundings.
So my name is Victoria Cuba.
Victoria Cuba is no stranger to the camera. As a senior at Waipahu High School, she first revealed to HIKI NŌ how she conquered and persevered through the hardships of being homeless. Now, Victoria continues to share her story with others as a student at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. She was awarded a full scholarship and lives in a dorm on campus. It's a far cry from the car she once slept in with her family in Eva Beach.
Dorm life, I really like the independency that a student has. It's a lot different from living with your parents. You live on your own, but you also have the opportunity to go to someone when you're in need of help, like your RA or your roommate or your other peers. It's different from my home life before because, of course, I have someplace I can sleep and study. I remember telling someone that I wish my family could live with me because it's not fair that I could enjoy dorm life and yet they still have to live in the same situation.
Victoria learned that taking advantage of a life-changing opportunity isn't easy, and seeking her dreams means conquering new obstacles.
I think the biggest challenge I faced is managing my time wisely because my classes are clumped together in the beginning of the morning, but the rest of the day, I have to discipline myself to study. I have to make sure I'm not being distracted by other things like Netflix. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much time on my hands, I don't know what to do with it.
Despite her new surroundings, Victoria says she's not closing the door on her difficult past. Today, her story continues to spread all over social media and inspire those around her.
I do get people who come up to me now and then like, oh, you know, you're the girl from the TV and, you know, thank you for sharing your story. I give you props for having the courage to do that.
Seeing the impact her story had on others opened Victoria's eyes to the power of media. She's now an intern at PBS Hawaii learning how things work behind the scene.
I would say my dream is a work in progress. I'm not yet a journalist. I mean, I am working for Kuleo and I am trying my best in school. I'm not able to help my family out financially, but I think emotionally it's a lot different. Like my family's outlook on life is a lot more positive. They're very supportive of me. You know, it's progressing.
Victoria proves that dreams can come true if you have the imagination and courage to pursue them. She says even if times are hard, it's always important to try.
You know ahead of time.
Yeah, I know ahead of time.
My message to people who are in my situation now or was in my situation would be that, you know, to never give up hope that you can better yourself. There's always a way out of it. And also be really grateful for the people you have in your life, good or bad, because they make you stronger.
I'm
I can't tell you now. I can't tell you now.
This is Camille Mako from Waipahu High School reporting for HIKI NŌ.
Yay!
We're back at Kaiser High School in East Oahu, at the heart of the Kaiser Athletic Complex. Cougar Stadium is a multi-purpose venue that hosts a variety of sporting and community events, including football, soccer, and even our graduation ceremony. Several improvements are in the works. A new scoreboard was installed just last year, and down the road, there are plans to build a new girls' locker room, athletic training center, and install synthetic turf. For now, though, our athletes continue to play hard here at the Kaiser Athletic Complex. Our next story takes us to Hawaii Island, where students at Konawaena High School spotlight the growing popularity of a new team sport.
A fast, physical, and challenging sport has arrived at Konawaena High School in Kealakekua, Hawaii. Lacrosse is a true American sport. It was started by Native Americans and was originally known as medicine game. Now, Konawaena PE teacher Daniel Kern is on a mission to develop lacrosse into a mainstream activity in Hawaii.
You see kids walking around campus with lacrosse sticks or buying their own equipment or watching videos on their own. I think the level of interest and commitment is there. And I also have to keep in mind that this is a brand new sport and it's got to be fun. You got to teach the love of the game. I think with the level of talent that we have, especially here at Konawaena, we have some athletes that could really excel in the game of lacrosse. And I think it's a great cross-training sport for our football players in the spring.
Starting a lacrosse team in Hawaii has unique challenges. As the head of the only other lacrosse team on the island, Hawaii Preparatory Academy coach Will Zucker knows them all too well.
You're taking a sport that has, really zero awareness within the community and trying to get buy-in from kids, from schools, from administrators, and from parents to say, hey, this is a foreign sport to you guys, but we're here to stay. So we're recruiting, which is difficult, right? And obviously, when you start a lacrosse program, and I've been through this many times, you're competing against other sports from your same season. So there's that issue. There's the fact that there aren't many schools to play. And that's probably our biggest obstacle here on the Big Island.
Hawaii has a third team, Punahou School on Oahu, that occasionally flies over for games. But even on the same island, travel is difficult.
And I know that there's obstacles that we face here at Konawaena, biggest one being travel. A lot of our kids come from Ocean View, which is an hour-and-a-half commute, and they have to ride the bus after practice, and they don't get home until 8:30 later at night.
Young men and women practice and compete together on the same team. They joined lacrosse for different reasons.
The most interesting thing I like about lacrosse is its heritage, its Native American backgrounds, and I'm Native American myself, so it's nice to play something that is historical to my blood.
I joined lacrosse because I seen it as like an open way for me to join a sport, and my friends wanted a sport to join. So when they said that lacrosse was going to be fun, I jumped in on the option.
Those who play it say lacrosse is more than just a sport. It bonds players beyond the field.
I had a coach that told me one time that if you were to be hitchhiking anywhere and you had a lacrosse stick over your shoulder, if another lacrosse player drove by you, they would pick you up, because that is how close of a community lacrosse is. And that's what I want these kids to experience. I want them to experience that community.
This is Shomesh Tamal Selvan from Konawaena High School for HIKI NŌ.
Welcome back to Kaiser High School, home of the Cougars in the Hawaii District of Oahu. The stage you see behind me is part of our black box theater. In theatrical terms, a black box theater refers to a simple, bare room with movable parts. It is a low-cost alternative to the traditionally grand performance hall. Fall plays and spring musicals are performed here every year. Past performances include renditions of Grease, Pippin, and most recently, a take on Sophocles' Antigone. Our Black Box Theater also serves as a drama classroom and drama club headquarters. Overall, it is an environment that fosters excitement in both returning and new performers year after year.
So stunned and thrilled her.
Next, we head over to Maui, where students at H.P. Baldwin High School turned the camera on our recent graduate and surf videographer breaking into the industry.
It has been less than a year since Marcus Chambers graduated from Baldwin High School, and he is already making waves as a professional surf videographer. He recently has had some of his clips featured on surfing's biggest stage, the Billabong XXL Awards.
Hundreds of photos get submitted every big swell, you know, and mine's got nominated this year.
Marcus first picked up a camera as a freshman in high school. Back then, he had no idea how much it would change his life.
I was interested in camera work around that time, and it was just like a hobby. Like, I did a lot of action sports stuff like skating, surfing, and I ended up progressing with it over the years. And by my senior year, I decided that I really liked it and wanted to pursue it as a career.
Marcus attributes his success to the growing importance of video and social media in the surfing industry.
Video is super crucial, you know, it's like, and photos too, you know, if it wasn't on film, it never happened. It's like just the bigger fish story, but usually video has transformed over the years just to like it's more online now, and with Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like you can post videos on all those, and usually everybody around the world can see it. So video is super crucial to just like getting exposure for you and the surfer.
Many professional surfers like Maui's Tyler Laron enjoy shooting with Marcus because of his unique style.
He always gets different angles and tries to change it up from everyone else, and he charges, he'll actually like go swim out on a nice sized day and get really good shots, and he's always in the zone.
For those who want to follow in his footsteps, Marcus offers the following advice.
Just be open to anything, you know. It's like just because you love surf photography and stuff like that, you know, you don't want to just do surf photography. Like even taking pictures of like food or even just like landscape shots like on the mountain or anything. Any type of photography will complement everything else that you do, and just remember why you like doing it and not forget who you are and who everybody else is, and be humble about it and just take your time, and you got your whole life ahead of you, you know.
This is Keola Tolarock from HP Baldwin High School for HIKI NŌ.
HIKI NŌ is now on Instagram. For show updates and a peek behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram at HIKI NŌ Can Do.
Here we are back at the only high school in the Hawaii Kai district of Oahu, Kaiser High School.
Our principal, Mr. Justin Mew, is a respected figure in the education community.
Before coming to Kaiser last March, Mr. Mew received the Hawaii Middle School Principal of the Year Award for his work at Niu Valley Middle School.
Most notably, he brought the prestigious International Baccalaureate program to Niu Valley.
IB is also offered at Kaiser and aims to encourage superior academic achievement and international mindedness.
As you can see by the decorations in his office, Mr. Mew has a great interest in both ends of intergalactic fandoms, Star Wars and Star Trek.
At assemblies, Mr. Mew is known for raising the Live Long and Prosper hand signal and closing with the famous line, "May the Force be with you."
Now, let's head over to West Oahu, where HIKI NŌ students at Waipahu High School are rolling with the growing movement of bikes on campus.
It's an all too familiar sound for students at Waipahu High School. With 40 acres and nearly 2,000 students, the school's 6 security guards have a lot of ground to cover.
So, if you look on the map, we have the 4 zones.
So, the security staff are increasing their numbers.
We went from 5 from when I came on in January over to P17. So we are at 6 right now, and we have allotted 2 more spots. So there'll be a total of 8 total on campus, hopefully before the school year concludes.
The guards normally use golf carts to get around, but an increase in staff opened the door for a new set of wheels.
To have that accessibility and response time to incidents to be quicker, as opposed to being on foot, that is the purpose behind getting the bicycles.
Golf carts are several $1,000s each, and maintenance costs even more. At $200 each, bicycles are a healthier and more cost-effective alternative.
They're actually pretty cool. It's great for the security guards to be on their feet, you know, being active and moving.
What began as a financial solution ended with a chain reaction throughout the school.
Well, we started off with just 2 bikes, and then everybody said, I want one too, I want one too. So
I hope that it is helping them get their job done better.
Now, other departments are switching gears. Tech coordinator Corey Tom quickly embraced this new mode of transportation.
I think they're fun and they help me to get from one place to another really quickly. With my job, I walk all over the campus and it's a quarter-mile round trip from the front to the back of the school.
Tricycles with baskets are also helping other staff around the school take a heavy load off their shoulders.
I think it's a really great thing for me personally because I usually do like 20 trips, 30 trips a day, so from getting from the front to the back, really convenient for me.
With their new mode of transportation, the staff are finding it easier to handle their daily responsibilities and enjoying it too.
I thought it was Christmas because we usually don't get stuff like that to help us make our job easier, so it was a really great thing for us.
It makes it so much easier for them. I think if you want somebody to do a really good job, you got to give them the tools to do it.
This is Kayla Paulo from Waipahu High School for HIKI NŌ.
Here we are at the lower parking lot of the Kaiser High School campus in East Oahu. Every Tuesday from 4 to 7 p.m., this lot is turned into a mini farmer's market. The market is equally beneficial to the vendors, school, and community. Part of the proceeds goes to the Friends of Kaiser Parent Teachers Student Association, which supports the school and its students. It is common to see students grabbing a snack here after sports practice or parents picking up fresh produce after work. Although the market is small, the PTSA hopes to expand the event in the future by bringing in even more vendors.
Our next story takes us to Central Oahu, where students at Mililani Middle School follow 4 rising rock stars on their road to stardom.
Music plays a big part in practically every teenager's life, but for these not-so-average teens, music is their life. Together, sisters Esri and Kira, ages 15 and 19, along with 19-year-old Mari and 18-year-old Peyton, make up the rock band MK.
We know it's never easy to trust a lying soul.
Right now we're actually recording our new album, and so that's been really fun. We've been going to the studio at least once every week to record our tracks for each song. Every day we come here and we rehearse, and I usually stay at the studio all day, and then on the weekends we have gigs.
They may look young, but these musicians have more than a decade of experience in the industry. MK formed in 2005, and over the years, they learned that pursuing their dreams meant sacrificing what most kids take for granted.
To be in a band, it basically means you have to get rid of all your social life. You can just forget about that.
In high school especially, whenever my friends would want to hang out, I usually had a gig, so I had to pass that up.
I actually left regular school, so now I'm homeschooled, so I had to make that sacrifice.
Kira, Mari, and Peyton have already graduated from high school, and any college plans they have are on hold as they make music a full-time job, writing, arranging, rehearsing, and performing. But their hard work is paying off big time. They've traveled to Los Angeles and Japan and performed alongside artists like One Republic, Henry Capono, and Journey guitarist Neil Sean.
So we have a lot of new fans now, and I love that they're so supportive of us and the music that we play.
An endorsement from Yamaha opened up even more doors, like an invitation to play in California at the world's largest music new product show.
That was the first time that we ever got to play in front of a bunch of musicians, and the fact that we got the first standing ovation at a NAMM show was pretty awesome.
MK is about to release a new album, and as these teens strive for even more success, they're just as prepared for all the hard work and challenges that come along with it.
We cried so many times in rehearsal. We fight with each other a lot, but I mean, that's what it takes, and you can't let that hold you back.
If you just focus on, what you love doing, then it's not really work.
This is Annalise Connor from Mililani Middle School for HIKI NŌ.
Welcome back to Kaiser High School in the Hawaii Kai District of Oahu. We are now in the Media Communications Learning Center, better known as the MCLC.
One part of the MCLC is Kaiser Cougar News, or KCN.
Every month, we produce a 20-minute news program with the stories from the school and surrounding community.
This studio that we broadcast from was originally a storage room and took some major remodeling.
Green screens went up, monitors were set, and we are now capable of doing the news live from this very room.
KCN is only a small part of the MCLC. The other parts of our learning center are the video production classes and MCLC studios, an extracurricular organization dedicated to creating short films.
Overall, the MCLC offers a central location for all things video on our campus. Well, we've come to the end of this episode of HIKI NŌ.
Remember, all of these stories were written, shot, and edited by students like us.
I hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as we have enjoyed sharing them with you.
Make sure to tune into next week's episode for more proof that Hawaii students HIKI NŌ.
Can do.
Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo, and by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ.